Alright, here we are in the grand final. TWA, the EU number 1 seed versus RESIN, the NA number 1 seed. Green team for this game will be TWA in the Northern Spawn, running Bungo, Henry 4, Venezia, Gudenlu, Hull, Daring, and Ragnar. Red team in the Southern Spawn, representing NA, will be RESIN, running Venezia, Napoli, Gudenlu, Prince of Orange, Grozvoy, Z42, and Gdansk. Anyway. Let's have a look at the builds. So, Bungo, gonna be running, Bungo. We have Henry 4 with the Legendary Module Reload mod. We have that worse concealment, better reload kind of stuff. Venezia, Legendary Module with the improved smoke curtain generator. We have the Gudenlu, Legendary Module, Airstrike Module, all that kind of stuff. Not running the improved commander for, that Tier 2 skill. Hull here is that stuff. Airing Ragnar of Solitude, survivability expert on that dude. Venezia Legendary Module. We got the Napoli full second. Actually, not full secondary. Taking mod. We got Gudenlu, Airstrike, leg mod. We got Prince on Orange here. Not taking the legendary. Using Grozvoy, improved survival. Sorry, yeah. You know what I'm saying. Grozvoy. 42. Finally, the take a look at those little appointments. Over the 8 cap, we're going to be sending this Ragnar and Hull. They're going to be a nice little DPM team fighting against the Gdansk and Grozvoy there. Henry 4, going to go around the outside. Guden going to park around here, looking for airstrike players. Bungo sits here, shoots shit. Bungo. Daring Venezia going to play down here, going to potentially make some sort of push. Red team, you're going to have this Gdansk. He's actually going to out-radar the Ragnar and Hull, but it's a... So, he will have the initial 9-kilometer radar, 10-second duration, but after that, then the Ragnar will have the radar advantage if the Gdansk is smoked up, and they'll be able to make some plays towards it. Grozvoy has his own smoke as well. We've got Gudenlu going to be playing around here. Napoli going to be sort of like looking to make potential push, potential dive in here. Prince on Orange going to sit here, going to airstrike the shit out of this area. Venezia Z52 going to be doing the same kind of stuff. Basically, this is going to be a wash, and then we're waiting on to see this. Difference is going to be, can they put the Bungo to good use? Which the Venezia has found a 12k salvo already into the opposing Venezia, so Venezia is going to be trading a little bit of HP here. Ragnar with a little bit of a torpedo issue. Solitude eats 3 torps. Ollie's gonna suffer. Well then, Sully's gonna be feeling that one for a while. Eaglelance did burn his radar looking for a potential pick on the Ragnar afterwards, but that's gonna suck for Solitude. Does survive though. Modern Henry is spotted. Eaglelance pops another radar, does find Solitude, sees how low he is. Just healing. Nobody's really able to get too much towards him. Might be seeing a couple of glue airstrikes coming in here. Yeah, here come the glue airstrikes. Also a couple of salvos coming in from the Prince von Orange. Yeah, 3 airstrikes coming in. Prince von Orange, glue. Ragnar forced to burn that DCP already. See if Sully can dodge this. He does manage to dodge. 1 strike, 2 strikes. 3 strikes. Okay, Sully lives. The farming has begun onto Peyton the Rock Hider. To be fair, Peyton's being heavily farmed right now. Big hits from the glue airstrikes of Messi there. Akiko in the hole there, taking a big hit from Napoli and Groz. And the glue airstrikes coming in too. Secondaries of Napoli raining down on Messi's bow. Gonna be 4 salvos coming in towards Napoli. Salvos. That smoke is not actually protecting him right now. Now he's dark. Have a look at the Venezia War. It's pretty much passive, nothing happening. Mugus. Airstrikes coming in towards Solitude once again. Dodges 1. Dodges 2. Mostly dodges 3. He's looking for some farming on the Prince von Orange here. More trading going back and forth between the Henry IV, Hull, and Napoli here. Napoli forced to smoke. Henry will still be spotted because of the Grozavoy there. Blue airstrikes trading back and forth between Messi and Peyton. All quiet. You're gonna have to make some sort of play though towards A at some point soon. Gonna need 2 caps to win. Yeah, I think they need 3 caps to it, or 3, or a kill somewhere. RESIN have been taking these points for far too long. Sending the Bungo Silverblade in towards the middle. Also, if you position the camera just right, make it say twat. Twat. Right, anyway. Airstrikes flying back and forth still. Nobody really making too much aggression right now. Ragnar Solitude going to be reversing into the cap now. Got the hole for reinforcements in position. Eagle Lance down to 2 radars. The blind fire resets in Solly right now. Everybody going for the blind fire resets. Actually, Daring, Vile also going to be diving in. Then we got Sakiko too. So we now have 3 DDs in this cap right now. And look at all the shells just flying in looking for the resets. 3 DDs in the position, but the advantage is still in favor of RESIN. TWA need to find a kill to win this game. Or a way to take C, which, yeah, good luck with that one. Eagle Land's going to be the focus of the Daring, Hull, and Ragnar. Three minutes left on the clock for TWA to find a kill. Or a contest. So the onus is very much on TWA to make some plays right now. RESIN going to be giving up a lot of ground here, realizing they don't actually need to fight anything, they don't need to risk anything. All they need to do is keep a hold of C, not lose ships. Gansk again being fired away on. Vile and Daring taking a bit of damage there too. Does not have a smoke available either, so he's going to suffer here. Can they actually get the kill on Eagle Lance here? No way, not a chance. Okay, they snipe Eagle Lance, and that's what TWA in the lead. What a kill that was. Vile gets his smoke screen off. Blue airstrike's coming in on top of them. Not going to connect. And, oh, Prince Van Orange just took a giant chunk as well. What hit you, sir? What hit Boomdiada? Bungo. Got bungoed. From there? Alright. Venied. Yeah, he's getting Venied. Venied! Mugus. Then Bungo salvo into Vatia too. And all of a sudden, RESIN scrambling. Desperately trying to find a way to contest. 1 minute on the clock, and they're losing health on a lot of ships. Boomdiada and the Prince on Orange probably going to go down with this next Mugu salvo here. Boomdiada goes down. 23 seconds left on the clock before they win this game. Blade taking a lot of damage over here, though. And quite a bit of focus coming in towards the hull. We got Venezia on it, Z52 on it, and Glue on it. Alive for now. Fine, should be able to get out of this. You got 7 seconds. 7 seconds for RESIN to find a kill, and they're just not going to find it. He'll be with a snipe on the Eagle Lands. Take that game. Prince on Orange kill also kind of helped. Another code, wasn't there? Studio mode. Up a little bit. I don't know what the fuck I just did with the codes. Oh no, I just broke everything. There we go. Let's see. Well, Resin now need to claw back 5 games. Resin need to win 5 games to win. TWA only need. Have 3 more. And now we play the waiting game. We sit, we wait. We question our life choices. We look at the googly-eyed volcano in the background. And we wait for the goddamn official cast to be ready. Death, taxes, official cast. 3 things in life you can never escape waiting for. More codes, god damn it. Oh god. Video mode. Stop adding more codes. I'm running out of space. I'm running out of goddamn space. Anyway, we're dropping. Right, here we are. Game number 2 of our grand final. Green team, the Northern Spawn, representing EU as the number 1 seed is TWA. They're going to be running Alexander Nevsky, Henry 4, Grozovoy, Z42, Regalo, and Ragnar. Meanwhile, in red, NA is number 1 seed Resin. Currently 1 game down and 1 series down. Running Montana, Napoli, Prince Van Orange, Z42, and Halland. Some builds. What we got here? We have Alexander Nevsky, relatively standard looking stuff. Henry 4, standard looking stuff. Again. Grozovoy, relatively standard stuff. Smoke mod slot 3. We got Z42, Hydro mod slot 2. Not taking the improved captain with the better, prior maintenance. Not really going to be an issue, hopefully. Regalo here, going to be running Sansonetti and not taking any of his special perks, but at least he gets the cool red tracers. And then Solitude in the Ragnar with Adrenaline Rush, EFT Superintendent. Meanwhile, in red for Resin, we have the Montana with DCP mod slot 1. We got some Napoli with secondary stuff, and then slot 6 reload mod. Prince Van Arnie, airstrike stuff. Not taking the special captain again. Take the special captain, it's literally free. Z42 with the improved maintenance and torturous. So yeah, this one is going to be using the other. I think this one's runs on Jutland for the improved consumable cooldown. Can't remember. And then we've got the Halland as well with the legendary module for that extra survivability on price. Some initial deployments. For TWA over in green, we're going to be sending Grozovoy for some relatively deep spots along with the Regalo and support. We've got Henry 4 going for there and then potentially making this play. Nevsky going to be like a radar bot. He can actually like radar basically this entire cap if he gets smoked up by the Grozovoy there. Ragnar can play deep there, look potentially to get shots on this island. Z42 going to play Hydro bot here. And then Henry 4 receives the kite, farms whatever's pushing up here. Meanwhile, for Resin going to send the Z42 very deep early and eventually like look for a Hydro, look for an early spot, bring him back here, eventually go to cap. Napoli and Montana are going to be here looking for salvos into this. Particularly, going to be looking to find Mr. Nevsky here. Prince Van Orange, airstrike bot, aiming for this daring here. Then we've got Halland, Van Orange going for a push here into the Henry. Again, this brand is going to be looking for a different angle to airstrike the shit with this. Look. But potential early spotting and stuff. Montana was spotted early. Ragnar going to be opening up. Grozovoy out in front will spot this. This is going to allow the Nevsky, the Regalo, and the Ragnar alt. Well, the Regalo doesn't have range, but the Regalo is providing that smoke screen. And we did see that the Regalo was running the improved smoke screen duration slot 3 module. They're going to get a fair bit of farming done on this Montana. Nevsky radar comes out, does find the Z42 of Mad Dog, so they might actually be able to get a reset here, especially with how close Vile is. Yeah, Vile will get these resets if he sure chooses to. Yeah, Vile smokes up. Henry 4 is still capping in the background. Massive Wow's there. Not really much damage coming into the Z42 just yet, but there's still a shit ton of shells in the air, and that Nevsky radar isn't ending anytime soon. Well, it's ending in like 12 seconds, which isn't soon. When you are being focused by 4 ships, that is not soon. Napoli salvo comes in towards the Grozovoy. Might get a good chunk on a Vile here. No, Vile just dodge. Oh, he doesn't dodge. He does not dodge. It doesn't take the biggest salvo in the world. Right, finally, we see this radar has ended. Z42 no longer spotted. Quite a bit of damage. DCP's right at the end there. Did not burn his DCP early, so he gets the fire removed. Does towards this smoke screen are all hydroed, and this lovely little smoke positioned by the Grozovoy for all of them to dive into was fantastic, by the way. Taking a look, it looks like Repri took quite a bit of damage there. He got hydroed by the Z42, and the Prince Van Oranges both airstrike the ever-loving fuck out of him. We'll check that was what happened yet. Yeah, Prince Van Orange airstrikes, and also a little bit of Z42 damage in there too, yeah. That's going to force Repri out, and it looks like a heavy push for TWA towards the B cap. Grozovoy already in position. Henry 4 already making his way around the back end. We have regular smoke should be re-available soon for this recon test. 14 seconds, and then we're going to have the Ragnar and the Regalo in position to take this. They are going to have to push into Z... Actually, no, they're not. Z Hydro should be running out soon. Actually, no, it's not. 100 seconds. Never mind. But here comes the Ragnar radar. And that's going to force the Z42 further back. And here comes the smoke screen. Montana salvo in towards the smoke as well, and Napoli salvo. So maybe some damage getting done towards these. There's also that lovely position torpedo line. Not going to be connecting, though. But Ragnar and Reglo are going to be diving straight at this Z42, staying out of the Hydro, importantly, while continuing to keep him radar pressure. Even the Grozovor with Vile's getting involved here. Repri managed to get himself extracted safely. Sakiko is currently like getting zoned to Narnia, but he doesn't really care. He's just delaying. And that's going to allow TWA to potentially take this cap. And maybe find a kill onto Mad Dog. Blind Fire still coming in, looking for him. They've seen where he is. They're going to continue salvos. Continuing salvos. Blind Fire trying to get this last little sliver of health off him. And they give up on the Blind Fire. But that's going to be floating points in Z42. And it's double home caps taken for TWA. But the Nevsky of Kinnymod just had half his health bar removed. Took a nasty Montana salvo. Also took him damage from the Prince on Orange there. But Kinney's just going to, you know, sit there, over here, try to be safe. Potentially move himself up around here so he can play a radar bot over and just deny both these caps. 24 on the kite still. Prince and Orange salvo again on a Kinney mod. Kinney mod is in danger of going down here. It's a heal off. Doesn't take any damage. DPM is a Prince on Orange. Yeah, screw it. Alright, we might be about to see another meeting of the minds between the Z42s. Both of them going to smoke up. Neither of them has Hydro available for 20. Torpedoes back and forth. Henry going to sit there and farm the approaching Prince Van Orange. These torps, not looking too amazing. Okay, they're fine. Re-smoke from the Grozovoi of Vile. You're going to have the Regalo, Ragnar, and the Grozovoi basically turbo farming this Napoli. You've also managed to get the Henry 4 all the way around, and he's on the push. There are some Montana salvos coming towards him, but he's got enough time to dodge. No Hydro active. Should be activating that soon. He is expecting the Henry torps. Or the Napoli torps. Should be expecting the Napoli torps anyway. Doesn't need Hydro. Book is still on the Napoli, and honestly, TWA with a nice little position here. It's going to be quite hard to break this siege. Z42 is too low. The other Z42 is nowhere near in a position to do anything. Frice and the Haaland is chasing after a Henry. They need to be able to switch on to something in a contest, and here we see Kinnymod does do that rotation into the little gap here to basically get high, radar control over both caps. I think Montana of Peyton the Rockhider is going to be the one that's going to be contesting B. Reglo and Ragnar happily sitting in that smoke screen right now, taking a bit of a farming simulator on the Montana. Nevsky now getting himself involved. AP at the broadside, gonna do some decent chunks. Montana's not enjoying his life choices right now. He does have, you know, a heal available in 24. He's not in danger of going down. He does have a DCP available too. Regalo and Ragnar no longer able to farm. Henry switched over farming as well. They've given up on the Napoli for now. Well, Napoli's dark for now, but the Napoli is going to try and convert, get back in lit. Also repush at some point. Montana took so much damage there. Still taking damage from the Nevsky too. Prince Van Orange in the middle is now going to be trying to contest instead. Henry 4 in the background here are going to be trying to do some damage to that. Airstrikes coming down from the PVO, looking to try and find the Regalo or something. Yeah, Peyton's suffering in the Montana back there. Alright, Prince Van Orange gets the contest in place. Hydro is active, dodges those torpedoes. Does also spot forward into done in the Regalo, but nobody's really got a nice angle on him to do anything about it. Napoli might do something, but Napoli's a little bit too focused on the Henry right now. Grozovoi re-smoking the Ragnar of Solitude. Radar from the Nevsky comes out, spots both the Haaland and Z42, who now made the way into contest. Repri going to go for the resets on that. Does find some resets. Okay. So, is forward into dawn potentially considering a YOLO here onto the Prince of Orange? Considering it, but there's a lot of shells coming in. There is potential for a blind fire salvo onto that Z42. He needs to be very careful. He's super low. Reset's still coming in strong on the Z42 and Haaland. Z42, no heal, but the Haaland does have access to the Legendary module, and that's going to give him some better dodging capabilities and some better healing capabilities. Z42 of Repri has Hydro in 60 seconds for a recon test. Henry being forced all the way back as well, actually. Well, currently, RESIN are blocking both A and B. So they are catching up on points right now. And now they take A as well. So RESIN should have a nice little point income at lead. 4 minutes for TWA to make something happen here. Forward are done, going to be dropping a bunch of torps in the general direction of Big Boss's Prince from Orange. A big boy, sorry. Yeah, a lot of turbo focus coming on that. RESIN are currently winning with the 2 caps that they have. They don't need B. But again, they have quite a few ships that are literally just floating points right now. Their Prince on Orange is looking like he is suffering. Probably going to go down here. Ragnar's on him. Regalor's on him. Grozovoy's on him. Ragnar of Solitude kind of suffering a little bit at the hands of Napoli secondaries. In fact, so is Messi of Wows and is Henry. Napoli is having the peak Napoli experience right now, sitting there secondarying 2 ships. Loving his life. Montana did get healed up. He's now coming for the recommit. Hold on to Dawn the Regular, switches focus over to him. Airstrikes from the PVO coming towards the Nevsky. Nevsky does have good air, so he will shoot a lot of these down. Z42 Hydro is active, but these torps look nasty. Gets past them. He is still Hydro locked by the opposing Z42, though, so there's PVO salvos and airstrikes coming towards him. Eagle Lance is in a very nice little position there, covered up behind that island. Is anybody able to do anything about that? Ragnar! Solitude takes a massive PVO salvo. But they should be finishing. Actually, did they even get this Napoli kill, or does he trade with the Henry? I think he might trade with the Henry here. That will reduce both teams' point values if he gets the trade on the Henry. In fact, he might even survive. Okay, Napoli has a heal in 1 second. Napoli's going to get the heal off. And now Ragnar may be in trouble. Haaland picks up the Z42 kill. TWA look like they're in position to lose this game. There are a lot of floating points on the board still, though. PVO is low. Z42 is low. Nevsky is also very low, and he's got PVO on him. Double PVO airstriking the Nevsky currently of Kinney mod. You need to make a play. You need to find some picks. There's a potential for the pick onto the RESIN Z42 at some point. He is currently the furthest forward ship over there. Grozovoy of Vile is hydro locked by one of the PVOs currently. Regalo, going to be getting some sort of play over here. There is potential for these torps to, like, connect as well. They are hydro by the Z42 right now. But, you know, could always accidentally sail into one somehow. Eagle Lance and his Z42 is potentially going to get picked up by the Henry. Oh, there's so many low health ships. Montana getting low again. With the Regalo forming on way on him. So many low ships. Mod does not have radar or hydro for 40 seconds, so his Eagle Lance should be able to extract himself. Prince on Orange of Big Boy. Is he looking to make some sort of play on the Kinney mod? Shoots early, hits the bow. Kinney mod looking for the return salvos. Henry 4 of Sakiko trying to get this Prince on Orange down, trying to get some fires on him. PVO suffering right now. Actually, PVO might go down. PVO might go down. Solitude's managed to find an angle too. Yeah, PVO goes down. RESIN's still in the lead. The TWA need more than just that. We need to find a recontest into A somehow, or potentially, if the Regalo can find a pick onto the Montana. Montana is a potential kill. It'll be difficult though. Order at Dawn has managed to beach himself on this rock though. No smoke available for 35. Montana's going to get a few salvos out. Alan's going to get some salvos in. Z42's going to get in. They might lose forward on Dawn here. But those torps are looking good as well. Okay. Price is now... They're trying to suppress Frice. Grozovoy of Vile getting involved in that. Potential for blind fires towards the Z42 is always strong still as well. Forward Dawn gets dark. Should be able to connect one of these torpedoes on the Montana. Does not connect any torpedoes on the Montana. They are all hydroed, so the Zed's not going to take any of them. But Zed's hydro is down. If Forward Dawn pushes forward right now, there's like some issues. Haaland of Frice took a lot of damage today. He was going for the shots into the Regalo and took So much damage from the Grozovoi and Ragnar. Price does get dark, but there's still samples coming in from the Nevsky. Nevsky radar comes out. We'll be locating the Prince on orange. Eagle Lance got away, though. Forward Dawn is spotted again. Montana salvo ready to go. 3 hits. But now we have the Grozovoi, the Ragnar's opening up on the Montana as well, again. 5,000 health on the Montana. Grozovoi going for the kill too. 2,000 health on the Montana. Nevsky salvo comes in. Nevsky salvo finishes him off. Okay, TWA now have the lead. Because they are blocking C with the Regalo. TWA, what the? So many low health ships. Forward don't get spotted again though. Salvo's coming in. 1,000 health. 704. Oh my god. 18 health on Forward and Dawn. 1 health on Mad Dog. $25 seconds left. Blind Fire coming at the Forward and Dawn's last known position. Howland of Price needs to go for this play. Mad Dog on his 1 hit point. Vile running the intercept play. Eagle Lance going for Blind Fire on the last known. 5 seconds. Do the Blind Fire cells land? They do not. Forward at Dawn with his 16 health. Mad Dog with his 1 health. That was just... that was scuffed. It was hype though. It's hype. I enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that game. Oops. Ah. We'll get there eventually. Apply. That's a best of 5, not a best of 3. Yep. Oh, that was 1 HP in a dream? Fortunately, the dream didn't come true. Let me like fix these codes because they're overlapping the prize pool there. 1 second, where are we? Set up number of speakers. Well. Why is the... Where is this at the minute? Why are you here? Delete yourself. Delete yourself. There we go. Just add a little bit of text on the screen because, you know, I feel like it's worth it. Grand font for Helios. Set U72. Brand final. View underneath. Getting ready for game number 3. Everybody's getting prepped. What is this Colombo camo people are talking about, by the way? Look here. Anyway. Apparently there's a new Colombo camo for COTS, which is coming in November. Yay, COTS in November. Woo! King of the Sea, actual tournaments. Also, we're actually getting overloaded with tournaments. Well, actually, November's a long time away. November's a long time away. We're only in September. We do have Classic coming up soon, though, as well. How's Classic coming up very soon? All right, game 3 is dropping, finally, as people continue to talk about Formula 1. And I say the only interesting part of Formula 1 is the crashes. And I'm right. Anyway, let's go into game number 3 of our best of 5 series. TWA in green and the Northern Spawn once again going to be running Zhao, Nevsky, Hindenburg, Defense, Henry Ford, Delny, Ragnar. Meanwhile, Red representing NA and their last hope. They need to win 5 games. 5. So 3 in a row and then another 2 to win this tournament. And they're going to be running Zhao, Minotaur, Napoli, Prince on Orange, Delny, Z42, and Daring. Can Resin go for the reverse sweep? Can they go for the bracket reset? Can they go for the final best of 3? Or will TWA once again march over NA like they always do? The answer is obviously. Alright, anyway, let's have a look here. Zhao, legendary module, improved survivability expert. We got Nevsky here with, standard looking stuff. Hindenburg for Snackman, going to be running a range mod, and Eye in the Sky, and Spotter mod in slot 1. He's probably going to be in Narnia. We got Defense here, outnumbered, improved consumable cooldowns. We have Henry 4 with John Jackson Honor. Delny going to be running IFHE. I'm not sure what pen you get from that, Delny. What do you get? You get 27mm pen with the Delny IFHE. Interesting. You are going to gut your fire chance for this, though. Then we got Solitude in the Ragnar. What build is Solitude running? He's going to be Superintendent. Dazzle Ragnar. Improved Adrenaline Rush. Alright, next up for Resin, we have Zhao, Leg Mod. No improved survivability expert. Did not bring Suzuki. We have Minotaur of Peyton. Radar Minnow, obviously. Napoli, secondary in most things, but also taking the slot 6 reload mod. Not taking Superintendent, and not taking survivability expert. Instead, taking the consumable reload and cooldown, which probably will give you actually more survivability objectively because you get the extra smoke, cooldown, and duration. Prince on Orange, not taking a special captain. Airstrike mod slot 4. We have another Delny, this one going for slightly more conventional looking build. Next up, Z42 here. Fearless, RPF. Hydro mod slot 2. Daring. Not taking the Hydro mod in slot 2 for Mad Dog. Superintendent, all that stuff. Alright, so deployment, let's have a look. So we see Delny is dropping. It's a smoke Delny? It's a smoke Delny. It's a fucking smoke Delny. Hello, welcome. Dolphin Princess, where are you? Anyway, Delny going to be dropping a smoke screen for the Ragnar Nevsky. He's going to park himself up over here. He's going to be able to get involved with the DPM trade, just spot this Minotaur, etc. Henry 4 going to make his way down here. Defense sitting here. Nevsky going to play the radar bot here. Hindenburg, Zhao, Dark Kite, Central Push. Meanwhile, Red, we have Daring for the contest. Minotaur as the radar bot here. He's currently getting radar by the Nevsky instead. Delny going to play here. Napoli going to look for a push here. Prince on Orange sits here, looks for the airstrikes on this position. Then we have Z42 Zhao going for this push. Zone. So there's a heavy focus on the A-cap from both teams. Mad Dog getting caught deep in that Nevsky radar is going to lose a lot of health early. Let's see if he can do his 1 HP in a dream trick again. Delny of Eagle Land's going to take a bit of fire too. Vile in his Delny not going to be opening up. Interesting that they've put Sully in the Ragnar, and I know Sully has like a penchant for playing Delny. I guess he didn't want to play Smoke Delny. The Smoke Delny is a nice little adaptation. A lot cheaper than bringing, for example, Gearing, Yu Yang. Torpedoes are all over. Haraguma also very expensive in this tournament. Point values, as you can see, are all listed down here. These are how much each ship costs to bring. Nevsky 22 point. Is the most expensive ship in this game. All these torpedoes, not going to be connecting with Sokiko. Vile and his Delny going to take a lot of damage. We got some salvos coming in towards Legend Formula. Like, basically, there's a load of salvos going out and not much damage being done. Right, Vile not having a heal on his Delny has swapped it out for that smoke so he can lay this smoke down. It has allowed them to get the Ragnar Solitude into position. Minotaur radar is active still. But nobody's actually getting the resets in Sully right now. Well, there we go. Daring's going to get the resets. Napoli and Delny both turning back. The torpedoes will expire before they get there. And Svaranje salvo airstrikes coming in towards the Henry's position. Going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Like, Henry armor. Well, it would do more damage if you actually hit him. Never mind. A quick check of the home caps. Zhao and Z42 are making their way up. They are pushing into Hindi and Zhao, though. This Hindi position is going to be very effective at farming out this Prince Van Orange and the Minotaur. He does have range rod and spotter plane available, but he can also play both caps at the same time. So he sits there, farms this, and then when he's needed, he can rotate back over there and go for the Z42, deny that push. RESIN very much on the back foot now. Need to somehow make a play somewhere. Z42 Zhao for the potential on the push is going to be very hard because the Zhao is just going to get out DPM by the kiting opposing Zhao plus the Hindenburg reinforcements. Minotaur here did not manage to lock down that cap with his radar. Prince on Orange looks like he's rotating off, potentially going to make his way over towards the home caps. BC. Defense just sitting there shelling the Napoli. Delany of Vile reversing towards the opposing Delany of Eagle Lance, just keep taking that zone control. Denying areas. Indy versus Minotaur, a little bit of trading going back and forth. Nobody's going to do too much damage. Minotaur has access to super heal. Hindenburg parks power in. Minotaur can't really damage him. It's just not much of it. It's a nothing burger. F42's out push still going. Looks like the Hindenburg has now rotated over to actually open up onto the Zhao. This is what we said. We can now go over here, and this Zhao is going to struggle with the push. He's dark right now, but there's Hindenburg AP coming in towards his broadside. Zhao is going to struggle dislodging that Hindenburg. The daring of Mad Dog was caught in an Nevsky radar, taking a bit more damage. It does have one more heal in the bank. It's going to be really hard for RESIN to make any sort of play into this. Got Sully with his own control from his radar. You got Henry basically blocking off that entire side. Delny of Vile blocking any potential YOLO to dislodge that Henry to find other angles. Minotaur of Peyton can't really do much. He's just Nevsky and Ben's both sat there waiting for Henry, overmatches him. He's kind of locked up. But Prince on Orange is the only thing that can really freely rotate off along with the daring to like maybe make something happen at B. They're currently looking to farm out the Hindenburg with airstrikes, etc. But that's going to take a long time. And look, Mabuki's already been forced back. Like, Zhao was unable to make this push. Delny of Eagle Lance did get spotted by Sakiko coming around that corner. And Napoli of Legend Formula got involved in that too. Delny's actually kind of suffering right now. Even with that 50mm belt, he's struggling to survive the relentless firepower of the Henry 4. Henry does have a Hydro available, so even if the Napoli is dropping tops, the Delny's dropping tops, they're both going to get spotted. Henry Hydro goes up there. Napoli being forced to turn out. Smokescreen got 6 seconds left. Actually, is he going? Is he just going? Well, Napoli's now in the Henry Hydro. As the smoke expires. Minotaur of Peyton going to be looking to try and do some damage to Kinney Mod. But now we see this. Look at the immediate focus switch. You got the Delny on the Napoli. You got the defense on the Napoli. You got the Ragnar on the Napoli. Nevsky is probably going to be rotating his turrets for this as well. Henry of Sakiko exists. He's going to be looking to do some stuff. This might be a trade of the Napoli for something. Napoli does not have access to Hydro, so he's not going to see these torpedoes coming from Vile's Delny. He takes a massive chunk there, and he's going to take these torps. Is he going to take the torps? Yeah, he takes one top on the bow. Defense salvo should come in and finish him off. Or the Vile salvos. Or Sakiko just finishes them off. He does towards Snackman from Mad Dog's Daring. Don't look like they're going to connect either. Hey, connects one. There's potential for the conga line to hit. Anyway, this should be a dead Napoli coming around the corner here. He's trying to make something happen. Vile's kind of like stuck there. He can't leave the smoke right now because he's too close to Napoli. But he should be. Yeah, these tops. Those tops remove the Napoli immediately. Okay, that's that. Let's take a bit of a salvo on the way out. Actually, Snackman looks like he took a couple more tops there. Now, Big Boy 69 is going to be trying to focus out this Hindi. Hydro not available for 40 seconds, so Big Boy can smoke up. Also, Zhao's on him too. Zhao and Hindenburg hurt. You might want to smoke. Nevsky Raider comes out. Pac-Man does die to Zao Salvo, so there's potential for Big Boy to make this play. Kenny Mod is going to be trying to area deny this cap. Blind Fire into the smoke screen. Does actually spot the Daring and Prince Van Orange. Oh, they actually just... Kenny Mod just nails him a Blind Fire. Using that smoke icon to position his salvos. That mod's overpowered, by the way. Prince Van Orange now suffering at the hands of the defense. He is going to get some airstrikes back, but he's going to go down too. And Resin down 3 ships. 30 seconds left on their tournament life. TWA look like they're going to take this tournament. Daring of Mad Dog also looks like he's about to go down. And that will probably end the game and the series and the tournament. 17 seconds left. Shell still coming in. Solitude going for the killing blow. This is... Again. Okay. Not going to end just yet. 5 seconds, though. This will be the end of the tournament. TWA are going to be walking home with $6,000. The winner of Warships Masters 2025 will be TWA. Congratulations to them, taking home $6,000. Commiserations to Resin, second place, $1,600. And once again, EU have proven their superiority over NA. And all is right with the world. Thank you very much for joining me over the course of this tournament. I have been Painzo. And we had some fun. Once again, TWA are your Warships Masters 2025. Yay! Woo!